Alright guys, so I had this really dumb idea for a video that I wanted to make, and much in the spirit of this channel, partially the reason why I even got into doing Zoids content was all on a whim when I randomly decided on a whim to do the Zoids Battle Legends Let's Play almost 10 years ago. And so on that same spirit, you know, what the channel is based on, which is if you have an idea for a video and it just takes over your mind or you can't stop thinking about it, the only option is to go and make it. And so I wanted to do that. I had a video where I saw somebody doing like lists on that tier maker website, like make your own tiers, and I wanted to do a tier list for every Zoid in Zoids Battle Legends, and maybe I'll do the other versus games in the future. But I wanted to start with this one because it's the one that people know the most and people have more hands-on experience with here in the US because of the English localization in the form of Battle Legends. So here I am, almost a decade later, still playing the same game. The challenge was that in this go-around, I don't have my original memory card with any of that original save data from my Let's Play or anything like that. So I have to unlock everything all over again, and I'm actually playing this on an actual GameCube for the first time ever because I used to play it on my brother's Wii with a GameCube memory card, and now that I bought the house and me and Michelle are here living together, I have, you know, she has a bunch of Nintendo accessories and stuff because that's what she collected when she was growing up. So of course I've got like the PS2 and the original Xbox, and she's got all the GameCube N64 and all that stuff that I never had. So I've got plenty of GameCube controllers and accessories and that kind of thing. And I mean, we literally have like 3 GameCubes between the two of us. She's got 2 English ones and I have the Japanese one for versus 1 and 3. And so I'm actually playing this on an original GameCube with a GameCube memory card, and we're starting all over again. So we're starting from scratch, and I almost wonder if I didn't check and see if I had one of the GameCube memory cards that I used to record versus 3, but I'm almost certain that I don't because all of those were my brother's, so I left them with his Wii when I bought this house and moved out and everything. So I don't have any of my save data from any of my original Zoids runs, so I've got to unlock that stuff all over again. So I was just casually playing, and I was like, okay, well, I need to unlock everything again before I can do the stupid tier list video. But I might as well just record while I'm playing because you guys really love to see content of this game, and I really love making content of this trilogy. And I haven't done any videos with any of the Zoids versus games in about 4 years or so. No, that's not true. I think it's about 3 years. It was 2017 when I did the Zoids versus 1 Let's Play, which, in addition to being probably the worst game in the trilogy, also got the fewest amount of views out of the 3 Let's Plays. And it's not just because it hasn't aged super well compared to like the Battle Legends one. So I'm doing the tournament mode, the New Century Zero tournament mode, because I just decided, oh, what the hell, I'll just go and jump right into things. And I'm probably going to have a couple of on-screen deaths here because I've been trying to basically solo this whole thing with the Command Wolf. And I'm definitely really rusty. Also, I've played a lot more Versus 3 than this game recently, and the quality of life changes with Versus 3 are very apparent. So there's a lot of just the controls are so refined, and they're refined in a way that you really can't fathom until you have played both side by side, or God forbid what I did, whereas I played 3 and then went back to 1, which 1 is a game that almost barely functions. And as much as I praise this trilogy, you know, we are basically dealing with the fact that we're playing admittedly very flawed games that we have to make a lot of excuses for. So even though these are objectively probably the best Zoids games, at least the ones that are action games and that kind of thing and not RPGs, but we're still dealing with games that have completely brain-dead AI and controls that sometimes barely function. And I noticed that I was rewatching some of the old Battle Legends Let's Play, and I was like, man, my gameplay is just not nearly as good as the Zoids versus 3 Let's Play. And I realized what I'm playing now, that the main reason for that is because Zoids versus 3 just plays better. It just plays a lot more responsibly. So anyway, I told myself I could pretty much solo this whole tournament mode with the Command Wolf with the dual sniper rifle. That's all I needed, and from there I can just continue to save money for bigger and better Zoids. And I don't necessarily have to have every single Zoid in my garage. I just need to have it available in the shop I'll take some screenshots and get to making the tier list. But there are some Zoids that I admittedly don't have as much experience with that I want to go back and play around with some more. Definitely like the Elephander is one. And the battle against the Liger Zero Jaeger was easy because the Jaeger can't really do anything to us. It's fast, but other than that, it doesn't really have much else going for it. But the Schneider, I got to be very careful about, because one of the things I realized about the lock-on function in this game is that the moment that you start facing towards the enemy Zoid, you are going to be moving towards it rapidly. So even though I'm like trying to keep my distance here with these strafing runs, the moment I face the Schneider, I'm like being sucked towards it almost because of the way that the lock-on function works. So that was actually a pretty delicate cat and mouse game right there, avoiding strategically trying to avoid its massive melee range. And then this Gojula should be easy. Actually, looks like my partner with the do I still have her on the Saber Tiger or the... Oh, it's not dead. I don't know if I still had her on the Saber Tiger or on the Cannon Tortoise, but she actually did quite a bit of damage to this thing, mainly because the AI just doesn't know what the hell to do with... Oh yeah, she was on the Saber Tiger. The AI just doesn't know what to do with the Gojulas. Not to mention it has no good weapons at all. I do like you can see kind of the eyes in the Gojula's cockpit there. It kind of makes it look like the original model kit, and now that I have one of those, I can actually talk about that. There's lights inside of the headpiece of the Gojula's. God, Naomi's hot. I am sorry. I just have no shame. Like, I don't know if anybody has asked me this question, but like, maybe one day we'll do a Zoids waifu tier list thing, just as a joke, but like, Naomi's just amazing. Yeah, this is my current setup, so all I have right now is these three, and I couldn't decide what I wanted to upgrade to from the Command Wolf, and so I got the Saber Tiger, just a stock one, and I bought the Gatling unit for it, and it's as bad as the Assault unit, if not worse. Like, it deals such little damage, and granted, I was trying to use it against the Bit and Lena Liger Zero and D-Bison fight, and the D-Bison is just really bulky, and so it didn't really deal any damage at all. So I might try it in some campaign settings, but that weapon was just so bad, and so I saved up more money and bought the double-barrel long-range pulse cannon from the Genosaur, and put that on the Saber Tiger, and that's probably the best weapon that the Saber Tiger has access to. And it is good. It has that amazing turning radius and rate of fire, but it is definitely inferior to the dual sniper rifle in terms of raw damage, and then in terms of the projectiles are just slow in this game. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so we should be approaching the end of this tournament mode pretty soon, and I'm definitely very worried about the finale battle with the Berserk Fury and the Panzer. Mainly the Berserk Fury, because with the Command Wolf being as squishy as it is, I'm not going to survive against that thing's melee attack, so I've got to try very carefully here. Another thing that I noticed about the game, or about this series, playing this go-around... Oh, I've got to get away from the Blade Liger. Playing it this go-around is that kind of an understated mechanic is that attacks can graze targets very slightly, which I think is a really cool concept for a mecha-related game where you are, trying to have, proximate and location-based damage. What this game kind of wants to do, but doesn't really do very well. But yeah, shots and even melee attacks can graze off of an enemy, where let's say you're in the hitbox of the enemy's melee attack by a little bit, and so you get slightly stunned. It happened right there. So I got grazed by the enemy melee attack, but I didn't get completely knocked down by it. If it was a direct hit, I would have been knocked down, but because I was on the outer edge of the enemy's hitbox, I just got knocked down. There's the Saber Tiger with the pulse cannon. And the same can be said about projectile weapons. So depending on the raw damage of the projectile weapon will depend on if a Zoid is knocked down or stunned by it. And Zoids get knocked down and stunned pretty often by the dual sniper rifle because of its raw damage, which can definitely slow down your run, but it's worth it because of its raw damage output. Whereas with the long-range pulse cannon, I noticed that it did not have that habit of staggering and knocking down enemy Zoids, which means that the raw damage output was less, but it meant you could get more shots in before having to wait for that time delay for it to recover. Actually, I don't really remember how many battles total are in each tournament mode. Is it 15? I mean, definitely we're not at the end yet. It could be 12. I mean, it could be after this we go up against the Berserk Fury. So, Shadow Fox and Panzer. How much money do I have now? I've got a lot. Do I want to go ahead and buy an Elefander just to play around with it? Because I don't really need anything better than what I have to beat this campaign. Unless I really want to go all out and have something a little bit more safe than the Command Wolf for the Berserk Fury fight. Also, it's really cool seeing a lot of these Zoids here again, knowing what the model kits of them look like. And actually, on that note, I really want to buy the Storm Tyranno because the model HMM exists for that now. And admittedly, I don't think I ever used that in this game. I think I used the Sturmfuhrer, or yeah, it would be called Sturmfuhrer in the, just to clarify this, it would be called Sturmfuhrer in the Japanese translation, but I guarantee you that the, because it's a sort of Germanic pronunciation of it, but I guarantee you if they were to localize this properly in English, they would change that to Storm Fury and Storm Tyranno, rather than to have it be, you know, because Sturm is got to be a German word, which we see a lot on a lot of their weapons, you know, Sturmgewehr and things like that. And obviously we know what Fuhrer means, so that was why Berserk Fury was changed in the localization. I'm not going to buy anything right now, I'm just talking on my rear end. One day we'll get around to doing the HMM Berserk Fury review and talk about that localization thing. And if you guys know anything more about that, definitely let me know. Oh, this is the Canyon battle too. This, at least in this version of the Canyon battle, we have a spawn point that's outside in the valley, and so it's not quite as bad. I made the comment earlier that it's like we're fighting against the controls more than the enemy itself because of this game's AI and controls, and that couldn't be more apparent than with the lock-on function, or the lack thereof, because the game seems so finicky about when it wants to allow you to lock on and when it does not. Sometimes you'll lock onto a Zoid that you don't have line of sight to, that's like behind rocks or behind buildings or some kind of a... Thanks for that! You stole my points! But other times you'll have a Zoid right in front of you that you can't lock onto. Oh, that's missiles. Got a little bit staggered there, but dodging missiles in this game... Come on. Yeah, there we go. Dodging missiles in this game is so trivial compared to in Versus 3, where they just gave such a huge boost to homing weapons, it's not even funny. And on that note, I think I really want to try the Canonry Mulga's cannon in Versus 3, because, like I talked about, if the... I did not mean to melee there. Oh, he's hit me with the Buster Cannons. I could have definitely died there. A direct hit from the Buster Cannons and I would have probably been dead. But, there we go. Not too bad. Again, trivializing dodging missiles definitely helps out quite a bit. I'm going to mute that. That's unprofessional. Yeah, but in Versus 3, with the buff they gave to homing projectiles, the Canonry Mulga's cannon seems like it'd be a lot more viable. But the thing about that is it is extremely long ranged, where it basically you need to be pretty far away from the enemy Zoid to make any benefit with that. And it also helps if your enemy Zoid is a slow moving large target. So I would probably put the I would probably put the Cannon Remulga up against a Gogolus or something to see how it does. It'd be worth it for that reason. And then there was one match earlier that was I think it was the Jaeger and the Buster Tortoise, and I almost got my ass completely handed to me by the Buster Tortoise because it just started like just hailfire on me from across the map at the very start of the match, and I couldn't believe how accurate it was. Like, I couldn't get away from the projectiles. I'm prioritizing the Berserk Fury here because I am very, very afraid of its melee attack, and I do not want to take the risk here. See, I can't actually toggle targets to the Genosaur there, and the Genosaur's shot grazed me there. I took a little bit of damage, and there was some rumble in the controller, but it wasn't a direct hit. Lena's probably going to get her ass handed to her by the Genosaur's melee attack, but as long as I beat the Berserk Fury, I'm okay. The nice thing about all the Tyrannozoids is they're really slow and have awful maneuverability, so they make easy targets. Oh, I gotta get away from that. Oh, it's not good. That's not good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm probably gonna die from this because I can't get away. Yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't get away from its melee attack. Oh well, that didn't go. I actually did not go nearly as poorly as I thought it was going to. I really thought that I was going to have a very hard time with this finale fight because of the Berserk Fury. It's really funny too. Like I was looking up I don't know if I mentioned this in the original Let's Play or not, but in this game, you have to put in a password to unlock the Liger Zero Phoenix and the Energy Liger in the shop here in tournament mode, and I had to go look up what those passwords were again, and in doing so, I was reading old like game facts on IGN, Zoids Battle Legends cheat codes for GameCube, like article type of things from like back in the day. Oh god, the camera just gave up on me. And in doing that, I found it was really funny. Oh, they're just ganging up on me now. That's nice. I thought it was really funny the way that they described the tournament mode in this game, where they insinuate that the New Century Zero tournament is the default one, and that the other ones are like bonus or secret tournaments, and that picking a different character is a secret rather than a feature. I might just be able to take out the Genosaur at range. Come on, give me one good shot. Oh, okay, I might be in trouble. I got the Genosaur though. I just got to keep this range up. It can't. The Berserk Fury can't hit me with its range attack. Okay, I think we got this in the bag. It's got almost no health left. But yeah, it was like, if you pick a character like Raven or Prozen, you unlock a different tournament. And it's like, I find it funny that, and maybe that was just because I intentionally did the tournament modes in chronological order with Battle Legends, whereas with Versus 3, I just kind of jumped right in the New Century Zero tournament. But what I thought was funny about that is they say that, the finale battle of each tournament mode is different, which is true, and that fighting a boss Zoid like the Deathsaur at the end of the tournament was a unique departure from the standard, fight 2 Zoids in every match type of thing. And really, I'm like, no, wouldn't you think that it's intentional that you would fight a boss at the end of the tournament mode, and that the New Century Zero tournament is actually the one that breaks the mold by having 2 opponents, one of which, of course, being the Berserk Fury. But that does make the most sense for New Century Zero. I mean, it's what you would do. Okay, I'm just double checking the recording really quick. So let's see if we unlocked anything. Let's go into tournament mode. Yeah, so I do unlock the rest of the cast. That's not important for the tier list thing unless I wanted to, again, do a tier list of the characters. Go ahead and pick the Chaotic Sentry characters. Who do I want? Maybe Moonbay. Maybe somebody with greater ranged stats. Shoebolts will do. God, look at how red Rosso's hair is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And of course, they put us back on our default. So I thought I sold the... Oh dear. No, that's not what I want. So I guess by hitting new game, I just have a completely empty garage. That's not what I wanted, though. I wanted to continue the cleared file. Yeah, that's what we do. So we load the cleared file, and because we're at the end of the tournament, I'm stupid. I wonder how many times I did that trying to record versus 3. Shoebolts. I guess I should really be... maybe I should be prioritizing characters with higher arms stat just to see if it has an impact on my damage output, because putting a emphasis on melee damage is just never going to be relevant. It's never going to be a viable decision. Hey, there we go. The blue cannon tortoise, which I didn't put anything on. We have 90,000. I think I'm gonna wait and buy the Sturm Tyranno. I think we're gonna buy that first, and I want to know what the difference is between the Führer and the Tyrann, if it's a weapon or if it is or if it's just raw stats. And I'm pretty sure that the upgrade kit can be applied to the Berserk Fury, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll find out. It actually may not be the case, now that I think about it. Either way, we're going to go ahead and just let's actually put myself on the Saber Tiger for this one. Yeah, it looks pretty badass, doesn't it, though? It's got the Shoeball special colors on it. You don't even see where the boosters are on the Saber Tiger. It's really strange. Oh, look at this puny Mulga. Just Mulga, nothing special about it. I like Mulgas, if I'm being honest. But man, are they squishy in this game. Like, they're literally just cannon fodder. Red Horn I'm a little bit more worried about, but even the default Red Horn is kind of squishy too. It's not even using its good weapon, really. There we go. Now it's using its good weapon. Now, our partner would be useful with the dual sniper rifle if they could hit something. I don't think I got credit for that kill, which sucks. Yeah, I didn't get credit for the Red Horn kill, which sucks. Maybe the AI knew I was heckling it by being all like, "Oh yeah, if I could hit something, herp and derp." I like how they have a different version of Anafiona for the pre and post time skip versions, but they don't have one for Moonbay. Like, they don't have young Moonbay, they just have adult Moonbay, which, not that I'm complaining or anything, but I still didn't get enough money from that to really... I'm not anywhere close to the Sturm Tyranno, so we'll just keep it up, I guess. God, I can't wait to do the stupid tier list thing. I know that I'm gonna put Gustav basically at the bottom tier because the Gustav is definitely has got to be the joke Zoid for this game, like even more so than the Mulga, because at least the Mulga can equip the cannon reset. but the Gustav is just bad. Like, it's good luck killing anything with that thing. Like, I think you would have a hard time on Sea Strikers with the Gustav. Now, it does have those mines it can put down. I forgot about those, but even so, it's bulky, which is about all I can say for it, which just makes it tedious to kill. It doesn't even make it a threat, really. Shield Liger, which took a absolute crap ton of damage from my partner, and there actually was a pretty good demonstration of why the Twin Barrel Pulse Cannon can be useful, because he was stunned, but he wasn't knocked down, because, like I said, it doesn't deal quite as much damage as the Dual Sniper Rifle. Had I been using the Dual Sniper Rifle, he would have been knocked down completely, and it would have taken me some time to allow him to recover. My partner literally just using a melee attack on the Gustav there. Please die. Another thing that I've kind of gotten into a bad habit of with this game that maybe I should try to break, but maybe not, is when my partner is, again, when the AI is just having an absolute fit and getting up and close like this, I don't even bother to worry about friendly fire. I literally just shoot right through my partner to the enemy, and a lot of times it has resulted in either my partner taking ridiculous amounts of damage or even dying, and maybe that's not a good thing. My partner's about to die now. There it goes. Bye, dude. That's revenge for taking my Red Horn kill. Yeah, this thing is literally helpless. I think the mine launcher might be the only weapon it has in this state, and it has a melee attack, which is okay at best. It literally can't even do anything to me. It's just very bulky. Wow. I'm going to sit still because I know it dropped out of mine there. I can see it. A C rank? I don't think you get anything for the ranks. Like, there's, as far as I remember, there's no special award for, like, S ranking every single battle or something like that. I could be wrong. Maybe there was a, maybe there was some kind of reward like that in Versus 3 for S ranking stuff. I don't remember. I thought for sure there was. I'm probably just out of my mind. So now we're going to be up against the enemy team of Saber Tigers. I may switch back. No. That was another example of the lock-on just failing to do anything. So I'm a little worried about the melee attack on the Saber Tiger, but this is the Shoebolt Special, which has the Gatling unit. And as I pointed out, I bought it out of curiosity. The Gatling unit is just so terrible. And I think Raven in this battle has either a stock Saber Tiger or a specific Raven version, because Raven's Saber Tiger was initially stock, but he did have a he did have the organoid system after a while, making it quite formidable. But Raven was a good pilot even without the organoid system. I mentioned in the Godos review that I just did that he managed to completely destroy a Republic base with a regular ass Godos with no Saber Tiger RV. I'm avoiding using the word Saber Fang because I hate it. But, yeah, so this one is slightly different than the stock one. But it has pretty much the same weapon loadout. Raven, I think, changed Zoids more than any other character in Zoids that I can think of. Because, again, he had Godos briefly, and then his first real Zoid that was really his was the Saber Tiger for quite a bit, and then he had the Geno Sword, then the Geno Breaker. Okay, I was like, I don't want my partner to kill the Saber Tiger SS there. Kind of ironic that it's called the SS, considering the aesthetic of the Guileless Empire. And I don't know where my partner was for all that, but I don't care because I got both kills and they're still at full health, so more credits for me. A B, 13,000's pretty good. I should definitely be able to afford the Storm Fury now, or Storm Tyranno. But even then, I might not like it. I might not think it's very good. Adult Van with his abs for days. About to blow all my hard-earned money. I mean, you gotta admit, that thing looks absolutely sick. Wow, does it look cool. Alright, we did it. It's ours. It's got 3,500 health, which is pretty good. None of these spots are weapons, so everything that's different about the Storm Tyranno is something that is inherently different about it. Like, it's not a it's something different about its melee attack. It technically has no weapons, which is, it's got a booster. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. What can I actually buy for it though? Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Just put the regular stupid Command Wolf cannon on there. Okay, we can put that on there. This thing might be terrible, actually. It really doesn't have much in the way of good weapons. It looks like it has a very similar loadout to the Genosaur. I guess I can put that on there. I already have one from the Saber Tiger. That looks a little ridiculous if I'm being honest. So there's the Storm Fury colors. Got a darker color there, a greenish hue, pink. Yeah, I don't know about this, guys. I don't know. Obviously, we're gonna put him on the Command Wolf because we need something that can actually deal damage on our partner. And if it ends up being that the Storm Tyranno is terrible, I'll just switch back to the Command Wolf and have it on my partner so we can maximize the amount of points we get. Oh man, that's cool looking. Let's see if we can get a good lock. This thing is big. I guess the Berserk Fury is big too. Like, you don't realize how big it is until you compare the model kits side by side with each other. I should have known better because, again, the melee combat in this game is just so, like, it just doesn't work. It's not viable, and it probably never will be. Yeah, just not worth the money, guys. Not worth the money. It'd be cool if the opponent used this Zoid a little bit more often. But you should rarely, if ever, be basing your buying decisions in this game based on melee viability. It's just unless it has blades like the Blade Liger here does, the Blade Liger, the Schneider, the 0X, and even the Rev Raptor. Yeah, it's cool looking, but it's no better than a standard Genosaur. And I would argue a standard Genosaur is better because it has a better, what I think, a better melee attack than the Geno Breaker, and then the Berserk Fury's melee attack is good, but the Genosaur has a better ranged weapon. Double Gojulus. I think this is where they have the camouflage as well, which I just think is patently ridiculous that you have a giant walking Metal Godzilla with camouflage, where it's like, okay, even if we can't see it, do you honestly think we can't hear it? Or maybe even see where its like footsteps are? Like, it just seems so ridiculous that you would camouflage those, unless the only practical purpose of the camouflage I can imagine is if you are trying to have a convoy or a blockade that is waiting in an ambush, and you have the Gojuluses already in place. Oh, I might actually correct my statement here. It looks like the Storm Tyranno is dealing some serious damage with its melee attack to the Gojulus there, so that's good for that at least. But for that reason, it might just be better to a Zoid to have on your partner anyway. I can't switch targets to the other Gojulus, which means it's cloaked. And now that one's cloaked. Great. You can probably hear my shoulder button clicking there on the microphone. That's me trying to target either of them and it not working. Or, you know, you could just get stuck on a building. This would normally be something I would like to do as a live stream, but I don't trust my internet. I don't want to lose the video resolution quality by doing it live. And then it just seems like every time I have to change something about the setup, the audio quality or audio volume levels become inconsistent, and I just didn't want to take that chance. I was like, I'll just pre-record it and I'll know that it's good. I was able to test the audio levels beforehand. I know that the commentary versus the in-game audio is pretty balanced right now. Of course, maybe I'll listen back to this and be like, oh god, I was totally wrong. But so far from what I tested, it seems like it was working just fine. There's a lot of Zoids in this game that are definitely more fun to fight against than they are to play as, and the Gojulus is a prime example of that. The Gojulus is really fun to fight against, but not fun to play as. I want to experiment a little bit more with the Mark II cannons, but from what I've played, the Mark II cannons are just not good. Like the Gojulus Giga, the Eagle cannon, the Buster Eagle cannon is really powerful, but the Mark II cannons and pretty much all the other Gojulus weapons are just not good. Oh, that's funny I mentioned that, because literally at this very moment I get a message from Brad saying he has somebody selling a Holotech Gojulus, which is one of the clear translucent ones. Quite a few Zoids had variant model kits of themselves released that were translucent plastic, and they were called the Holotech line. I think the Holotech Death Soarer is by far the rarest one, but Holotech Gojulus is probably worth quite a bit of money. I know. I've seen a Holotech Redhorn in real life, but other than that, I don't know anybody that has one. There we go. I'm very excited to replay the campaigns in this game and pick the option to refuse the help from the allied faction that wants to help you. Oh, cool, I got an S rank. The Storm Tyranno literally did not take a single hit the entire time. It had a full 3,500 health, which means that we're going to rack up the lost points from spending that much money on it pretty quickly. The Shoebolts brothers. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, so Carl Schubaltz's Iron Kong is the Iron Kong SS for Schubalt Special, and it has a Gatling unit on it just like his Saber Tiger does, although I think it's the beam Gatling unit from the horns, from the Dark Horn, etc. So it's automatically a little bit better than the Saber Tiger one that I just got through saying was so bad. I kind of want to see what kind of weapons are equipable on the Snipe Masters, because if there's no good like primary front-facing weapons on the Snipe Master, then it's automatically just a worse gun sniper, because the gun sniper has at least, like, if you're not going to use the niche sniper function of it, it does have some decent front-facing weapons, but the Snipe Master, from what I know, does not have those. I'm checking to see how much an Elephander costs, because I plan on getting one of those to play around with. So we have 3 different types. What's the actual difference? So 2,900 health. That's interesting. So for arms ability, it says 0, which I don't understand. Yeah, so Elephander AG is armored with Assault Gatling. Has a lot more health. Iron Claw, 45mm machine gun, beam laser gun, and anti-Zoid 144mm railgun. And so instead of the beam laser gun, it's Assault Gatling unit. Okay. That increases the price quite a bit more, and then Elephander Stoller Special has increased mobility. It does not have a booster. Turning ability is better. Searching ability, radar. I don't really care too much about that. Defensive ability, better. ESCS unit. I don't know what that's different than the Iron Claw thing. I think that's the one I want. I want the Solar Special, and I'll probably play around a little bit with the different parts for the Elephander that I haven't really done too much with before. Alright then. That is that. I probably also want to play around with the Double Arm Lizard a little bit. It's a Fuser Zoid that they just kind of stuck into this game for no real rhyme or reason. So next purchase, Elephander SS. I forget how big the Berserk Fury lineup is. It's gonna go up against this Iron Kong here, and you'll see it for yourself. What's funny though is the HMM Berserk Fury does stand quite a bit bigger than the other HMMs in its size class, but the box is the box is the exact same size as the box for the Shield Liger DCSJ, or the Blade Liger, or the Liger Zero, or the Wild Liger even that I have sitting in my backlog. But the box for the Iron Kong Yeti HMM is just absolutely ungodly massive. Also, if I can get an Iron Kong in this game, I will get the Iron Kong Yeti. I shouldn't say if I can get one, I should say when I get one. Oh, that's the D-Bison. Actually, I'm just going to order Thomas to do melee combat, because maybe that's what he will exceed at. I mentioned how because of the boost that Zoids got to homing projectiles, like I talked about, the D-Bison is automatically much better in Versus 3 than in this game, because it the homing projectiles on its main cannon and its numerous slots for missiles are just way more viable. The D-Bison can also equip the twin-barrel long-range pulse cannon as well, though. And here I go, fruitlessly trying to target the Iron Kong that's right in front of me. Okay, Thomas did a pretty good job damaging it. He also lost like half of his health, though. And I think he just stole my kill. It's a bit of a problem there, dude. Yeah, that's not great. I missed out on a pretty big chunk of credits by not getting the final kill on the Iron Kong. Now, actually, what you can do is in your main, in the menu when you first start the tournament, you can hit the B button or whatever on your partner selected character and just go into battle without a partner. And that's a feature that I might try for like some kind of challenge mode or whatever, or maybe if I want to guarantee that I'm the always one getting the kill. But sometimes I find it a little bit more lucrative to have my partner on just a bigger, tougher, bulkier Zoid, like the Gojal's Giga or the Sturm Tyranno, so that I can just maximize off of the point bonus we get from our partner's health. So what do we have here? The Lightning Sykes and the Blade Liger with attack boosters. Is that what it was? It was Vanna, Fiona, and Irvine. And both of these two Zoids are respectively like my favorite Zoids in all of Zoids, really. Or at least from when I was a kid, first interested in the franchise up until now. You know, some of the newer ones that I've grown to love, like the Koenig Wolf and the Brastal Tiger, Race Tiger, that kind of thing. But from anime era, Lightning Sykes and the Blade Liger with attack boosters is definitely absolute favorites. And I'm happy to have the HMM model kits for both of them. And I'm happy that both of them are some of the best, most viable Zoids in this game. It's going to be weird with the tier list thing as well, with like... Oh, he's got the shield up. I need to get away from that. The blades in this game are so broken because they have infinite ammo and they can just quickly take out 90% of the Zoid's health with a single pass sometimes. And so the overbalancing, I should say overbalancing, but the rebalancing they did in Zoids vs. 3 to give the blade weapons a limited ammo supply was definitely a very good decision in terms of balancing. But it means that a lot of pretty much any Zoid in this game that uses blades is going to be like S tier or A tier just by default. Yay, S tier. My partner didn't take a single hit of damage again. And I actually would like to see if there's any weapons that can be purchased for like the Schneider and the Jaeger, that kind of thing, to make them better. Because I don't think you can equip anything on the back of either the Jaeger or the Schneider to give them better range attacks. Because if you could do that, it would probably change my tone about both of them. In fact, if you had a good ranged weapon on the Schneider, you probably have the best Zoid in the game, but it just doesn't have the modular versatility of the stock Liger Zero. Like, the stock Liger Zero is usually the way to go, just because of, as I've pointed out in this game numerous times, the benefit of accurate ranged combat over melee combat. So something looks different with the head up there and the ears, I think. Let's compare it to the other one. Oh yeah, that's way different. There's definitely something attached to the top there. And I think the motorized model kit for the Elefander has some interchangeable pieces with like a different ears and different trunk and that kind of thing. And Yeah, the ears are definitely different. I like this one definitely a lot more, though. Alright, let's see what it has. So this is probably the bladed weapon on the trunk there, which literally schnoz barely fits in the frame. Machine gun, probably not that good. That little Gatling unit up there, I don't know how you want that to actually point anything, but I'm hopeful that it has it figured out. It also has what looks like the long-range rifle under its, on the underside of it. It looks exactly like the long-range rifle, but it's on its belly, which is really funny. Yeah, it kind of is. It's not quite the same, but it's a railgun, so we'll take it. Now, I want to see what I can buy for the Elefander, because I have never really tried to use one before. So, beam laser gun, that's what the standard one has. There's a railgun. Assault Gatling set, it's already on there. Oh, wow, you can equip the hybrid cannon from the Panzer on this thing, and then you have like standard Imperial Zoids under that's the Saber Tigers weapon, that's the Red Horns weapon. That wouldn't be too bad on there, but I'm hopeful what it already has is better. That's hilarious. You can put the hybrid cannon on there. I might actually do that at some point, but let's play around with what it has. Let's see how we do here. I'm just going to take it to whatever battle is up next. I don't even care. I don't anticipate the Elefander being good because it's big and slow. Oh god, it's very slow. And as I've established, mobility is everything in this game. So the railgun, it seems like it's accurate. What kind of damage does it deal, though? Again, we're up against an Iron Kong. A stock Iron Kong from the look of it. This Iron Kong is bulky. The railgun doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. The rate of fire is kind of slow for how... Ooh, the laser trunk thing did a lot of damage, though. That might be our strategy, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty good. Yeah, not quite as good as the blades because you're locked into some weird animation when you do it, but this Iron Kong, which is very melee happy, is just gonna walk right into us. And luckily we're somewhat bulky enough to take the melee hits pretty well. Quite surprised. Wow, does that literally only shoot out of the back end of it? That's terrible. That's pretty cool. So the Gatling unit does rotate around. It shoots missiles out the back and a Gatling unit out the front. Looks like my partner dealt with the other Zoid. So yeah, I'll have to play around a little bit more with the Elefander. It doesn't seem like it's all that bad. Again, having a blade-based weapon is a little bit on the unfair side. Raven and Reese. I was actually fortunate enough to meet a Reese cosplayer that lives out in California. We talk about Zoids a lot, and they've been to Anime Expo and a lot of the little small shops in what do you call it? Little Tokyo down there, and let's see. Okay, so a little bit of a controller break there. What are we up against this time? I didn't even look. I think there's a way to check, though. Isn't there? Oh, map info. I'm stupid, yeah. Oh, yeah, Raven and Reese, the Geno Breaker and Psycho Genosaur. I don't really want to take the Elephander in a battle against them, so I guess we'll switch back. The Psycho Genosaur is probably the bigger threat here because of the long-range pulse cannon and the devastating melee attack that it has. With the Geno Breaker, I basically just have to not get too close, and hopefully the Sturm Tyranno will outclass both of them in melee combat, but I doubt that. But we'll send in Thomas anyway to find out. Also, this arena is, I would say it's pretty well designed, as in most battles that happen in this arena seem to be pretty clutch. It's symmetrical, and it kind of dips in the middle in sort of like a Coliseum style, but it just seems like there's just barely enough obstacles to limit your mobility and make melee reliant or close range reliant Zoids very tricky to deal with. I remember how just absolutely like butt clenchingly challenging the Gojula's Giga fight is on this map. Like, oh my god. Also, the rain effects in this game are terrible. But I mean, not that I've really been one to defend the visuals in this game. Like, the Zoids models look okay. They look pretty faithful to their motorized counterparts. Even if they are pretty blocky. I also find it really funny that the cover art for this game, which is like so Americanized, has a literal screenshot from the anime of the Liger Zero, even though there's like no anime footage or anything in this game whatsoever. So I took out the Geno Breaker there, and we see the melee combat in this game just really shining through excellently there, as the Sturm Tyranno just floats above the Psycho Genosaur attempting to hit it, and of course it has such a big hitbox, I just end up shooting the... Okay, I think I got the kill there, which means we're in good shape. Even if the Sturm Tyranno did get beaten down pretty bad, I think it'll be a net positive in terms of points for us. Yeah, the 1300 or 13,000, that's not great. The rain is like a static texture in front of you. You can see it when the windscreen shows up and the camera rotates, that the rain effect is literally just a static texture. Moon Bay and the Ultrasaurus. Yeah, sure, we're gonna go for it. Well, do I want to try the Elephander against the Ultrasaurus? I can't really take advantage of the... beam weapon. Let's try it. I want to see how good that Gatling unit thing is. Y'all remember how awful that Ultrasaurus fight was in Versus 3? I had somebody recently who was watching that and commenting on it, and they said that they actually cheesed through that fight using the cloaking system, making it impossible for the Ultrasaurus to target them, and I said, that's actually pretty clever. Yeah, that thing is so dumb. It literally only fires out the ass end of the Elephander. Oh my god, those are some big cannons. Let's see if our missiles come back around and actually hit this thing. But yeah, here in Battle Legends, aka Versus 2, the missiles are, again, trivialized, easier to dodge. Dealing with the Ultrasaurus is just way more practical because it's just not nearly as... You're not going to take nearly as much damage from its missiles, so its other attacks in its attack cycle are still dangerous. This is also a very different style map where the Ultrasaurus is not at the very edge of the map for whatever stupid reason. Yeah, the missiles on this thing, on the Assault Gatling unit, are actually pretty good. We've almost dealt half of its health and damage. The missiles take forever to cycle around because they fire out the back and then come around to the front. via homing system. And the damage output from the Gatling part itself is not terrible. Just waiting for it to fire those big cannons again. There we go. I'm gonna be careful. If I beat this thing with the stupid Elephander, I'm gonna be amazed as I get hit again by missiles. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm about to die. The Elephander needs to be faster. It needs boosters. Speed and mobility are the most qualities of a Zoid in this. Well, it's speed and mobility, and it is accurate, ranged weapons. Oh well, I mean, that was a good attempt. I'm not going to attempt it again. But we got through like half of its health. If I had the hybrid cannon on there, I might have had a better shot. No pun intended. Even though we can afford to take far less damage here, we should be able to conquer this thing no problem. Classic circle strafe strats. Yeah, see, avoiding those missiles is so much easier in this game. Yeah, I mean, does it even need to be stated that the Ultrasaurus would have an absolutely ridiculous melee damage? Because it literally is this massive fortress Zoid that stomps the ground. So the poor Storm Tyranno in front of it was pretty helpless. It has lost like 2/3 of its health already. Meanwhile, we have not taken a hit. And this thing is half dead. Of course, I'm probably going to speak too soon. Doesn't really matter how much damage we take. If we take a direct hit either from its melee stomp or from the giant cannons up there, then we're done. I mean, I think those cannons can probably one-shot us. We only have 1,700 health as a Command Wolf, and I usually don't buy any kind of subparts or anything to invest in Zoids. That's something you could do, but I think specifically in tournament mode, they're not worth the money. Oh, okay, so we didn't get one-shotted, but we did almost get one-shotted. I think we're still going to win. Just a little more. The Ultrasaurus battle in all these games is just a battle of tenacity, really, because you will take damage over the course of the fight from just prolonged things like the missiles, and so you just have to be able to outlast it. Oh, it's glitching out. There we go. And even though both me and my partner had almost no health left, the 9,000 health from the Ultrasaurus itself guarantees pretty good credits. Is it Death Stinger time, ladies and gentlemen? It's Death Stinger time. What am I going to buy next? I don't think I told myself what I was actually going to buy. Maybe a Snipe Master? Armor with flexible booster. Shield unit. But those are not, those are considered weapons though. Interesting. All directional missile unit, that one has all of its slots filled. It also has the most amount of health. BU. Blue Unicorn, that's the best one. It's also really expensive. Let's go with the stock one and just see what we can buy for it. Because, like I said, I really feel like a lot of those weapons that are available for it are just not good. Not worth it. I mean, we used the Snipe Master a little bit in the... Yeah, that's the flexible booster. I don't think that really deals that much damage. Active Shield, I'm pretty sure that's a... Is that a melee-based weapon or it's a missile-based weapon? Missile Seat. Yeah, none of these weapons are good. The Zan Smasher comes standard with it. Yeah, the Flexible Booster might be the only weapon I even go for. So yeah, this thing is pretty much just a worse gun sniper. What kind of colors can I get for it? Change the caps to red. That's kind of interesting. Black. That actually looks really cool. I like that a lot. I like that one even better. Jesus. There's the Blue Unicorn version. Standard. Yeah, I think that's the coolest version. I wonder... I mean, hell with it. Let's just throw it in the battle against the Death Stinger. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe if we are far enough away, we can snipe it while the Storm Tyranno does the rest. This might not be the worst idea in the world, aside from the fact that the Death Stinger is obviously very mobile and it's hauling ass. Which it might be hauling ass towards us very soon. Yep, okay. Also, the low ammo we have for the Snipe Master is pretty disgusting as well. This is what death looks like, ladies and gentlemen. God, it's so much bigger than us. It's probably an accurate model kit scale, though. What sucks, though, again, is that literally we could use every shot in this thing. And still not take it out, which means we're going to be out of range weapons. Where'd it go? Huh. Well, isn't that unfortunate, AI? Am I actually going to beat this thing? I am! Oh my god, what? You have got to be kidding me. It got stuck. And I had just enough ammo to actually kill it. With literally just the bog standard Snipe Master with no other ranged weapons other than its built-in sniper thing. My partner had full health. 16,000 credits. I'll take it. Stupid. I also love like the typo with Prozen where he has an extra I in his name. Maybe that's based off of how I don't know how you would pronounce that in Japanese. Purozen or something like that. Maybe that's where they got it from, but still, like, what are you doing? How are we gonna finish off the Death Soar? I guess we're just gonna go back to the Command Wolf. We need that speed, and we need the dual sniper rifle. We can still lose pretty hard to the Death Soar, not because of its charged particle beam or anything, but the gun on its lower abdomen, that thing can sneak up on you, and the thing about it that's so dangerous is how fast the projectiles are. Charged particle beam. We want Thomas to use ranged weapons against this thing. I'm missing it for whatever stupid reason. You wouldn't think I'd be able to miss something the size of a skyscraper, but okay. Someone that's only familiar with the model kits, too, would not find this scale to be all that weird at all. You'd have to be familiar with the anime to know that the scale with the Death Soar is so inconsistent. And even the Death Stinger as well. Like, the artwork on the HMM Death Stinger Hiltz version shows it literally just picking up, like, I think it's the Lightning Sykes. And the Blade Liger is, like, tiny compared to its giant claw. And even that, I think, is not quite to scale with the anime. Like, even that's a bit of an exaggeration. Then you see the artwork of the battle story artwork for the standard Death Stinger HMM with the Blade Liger and the Genobreaker fighting it, and it's much more accurate to the model kit scale. Maybe they just know that maybe they're like, yeah, it was bigger in the anime, so for the Hiltz version, it's gonna be big. I think we managed to cancel its charged particle beam like twice here. It is targeting me though, so this could be clutch. Only 200 health. I think we got it, but oh no, this could be bad. I think our partner actually dealt the final blow, so I don't think we get any of the 9,000 credits for killing it, which sucks. Yep, that sucks. Oh well, we'll take it. And that classic end screen of "You are the great warrior" that is in all three of these games. Okay, so I think that might be it, because I don't think we can access the Battle Story characters to do the Battle Story tournament until after being the campaigns. So we'll have to do those first. We should have unlocked more Chaotic Sentry characters. We sure did. I don't know why Jimmy and Linebacker are all the way down here, though. Even though they are New Century Zero characters, why they're put down here under the Chaotic Sentry characters? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was talking about, where you can just eliminate your partner altogether. Okay, so I think that's about all the time I have for right now. I'll play the campaign next, and we'll do that on screen so you guys can see it. And I do want to do some more recording of the Zoids Wild game, and so once we have everything unlocked, again, we'll do our tier list thing. So I'll see you guys next time.